action.
You're in the helicopter, it's loud, you got your fins on, your wetsuit, mask, snorkel, ready to go, and then you jump.
Danger.
You can hear the ice hissing and cracking all around you.
Adventure.
When you cross the equator, you have to ask King Neptune's permission to become a shellback.
You're listening to Sea Story.
Episode 45, Gaffing.
Hi, my name is Jamila Harris. I am a construction electrician. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana, and this is my sea story. I've been in the Navy for 10 years. That whole time, I have been a Seabee. Mainly, we do construction. Most civilians, they don't know what Seabees are. When I have my uniform on, they go, "Oh, what ship have you been on?" I laugh because I think to myself, when you think of the Navy, you associate ships, water. And I go, "I've never been on a ship before." And they go, "Really? You're in the Navy, right?" And I go, "Yeah." I explained to them, I recently was over in East Africa in Djibouti. And a lot of the times, CB communities, we go over there to assist with building up the buildings, the plumbing systems that they have over there, basically kind of to do a lot of humanitarian work as well. And then also, we're real big with supporting a lot of the special operation units because they have to do a lot of modules and training. So we are the ones that actually go out and build up their training facilities for them. It is a small niche community. We are very family oriented because there's not many of us. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I knew nothing of the job prior to joining. I knew nothing of being an electrical engineer or just being an electrician, period. However, going to my aide school and doing the hands-on work was something different, but I fell in love with it. One thing I was surprised is that I did have to learn how to climb electrical poles. I was shocked. I looked up and the pole was maybe about 30 feet up. And I say, "So I'm supposed to climb that?" And my instructors are looking at me like, yes. My first time I actually climbed the pole, I got stuck. I refused to come down. I was 18, had just joined. But standing down looking up at that pole, it's crazy because I see the pole right now. It's high. It's really, really high. And in my mind, I was like, they're not getting me up that pole. That's all I kept telling myself is, I'm not climbing up that pole. Until they say, okay, well, if you don't climb the pole, you fail. I had a friend who was in my boot camp with me. We ended up being in A school together. And she was every bit of maybe 4'11". And I said to myself, okay, if she can do it, I have to do it. And she would literally just, "Come on, Harris, do it, do it, do it. Come on, I'll climb up with you." It was my pole and her pole next to each other. So as she gaff up, I would have to gaff up. As she gaff up, I would have to gaff up. She was gaffing with me the whole time. So you start at the bottom and you have your gaffing boots on and you have a belt that's on your body. However, you have another belt that is attached to that belt, which wraps around the pole. It's kind of like hiking or rock climbing, but as you're moving your feet, you have to move your belt as well on the pole. And that belt is what's going to secure you from falling off that pole. And you have to make sure that belt is tight at all times. It was in the morning and it was fairly cool. And you could feel as you're on the pole, the wind shaking the pole. So as you're gaffing up, you're moving, you're swaying. And it got to the point to where I was just so afraid. I was like, yeah, I can't go any higher. And my instructor said, well, you have to come down some way or I'm gonna have to come up and get you. And my instructor literally gaffed up the same pole with me. So just imagine being on an electrical pole and you're 35 feet up and your instructor's climbing up and the pole is shaking. When he climbed up, he called my mom on the phone.
"What's wrong, baby?"
And she was just telling me, "It's okay, baby, just do what you gotta do. I have faith in you, just do it." My instructor climbed down. I maybe was up there for about 10, 15 minutes. And after a while, my legs got restless because you're up in a position to where you kind of have to lock your legs because the moment that you relax, you will fall down. Well, I ended up coming down. It wasn't the way that I wanted to. I fell. Maybe about 15 feet up, I just slid. And I hit the bottom of the sand. I hit a soft landing, so it wasn't that bad. And I said, okay. And my instructor said, you ready to go back up again? And I was like, just give me 5 minutes. My legs were like shaking because I was up there for so long. You can't stay up there for so long locked in a position. It's hard. Trying to focus and say, okay, I gotta do it. I had to remind myself over and over again, don't fail. And knowing my mom had faith in me was enough. I built up my confidence after that. I said, okay, I don't ever want to fall again. We went through maybe about 2 weeks of training of gaffing electrical poles. And after a while, I got comfortable. About 1.5 years ago, I actually had to climb a pole again. It wasn't fun, but I did it. It's okay to fail and get back up, or it's okay to fall and get back up. Where I was born, how I was raised, you're not gonna succeed the first time around. So you have to have some type of confidence, of motivation to say, you know what, this is what I want. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna give up no matter what's thrown in front of me. I have to do it. I have to get it done. That's the only way to succeed in life, not give up. You have to fight for it. To hear more stories like mine, subscribe to Sea Story today.
Coming next.
When you're a new guy, you don't have a lot of knowledge about how operations are going to go down, and one of the most fundamental skills you need to know is how to operate in a firefight.
Sea Stories brought to you by America's Navy. Learn more at Navy.com.